What's going on? We're once again at Pierre's Entertainment here in Fort Wayne, and joining me from the green room is Ronnie from the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. Thanks for taking some time to chat with us. And you're on tour with Escape to Fate, and how's that going so far?
Really good. We're pretty good friends with those guys and fans of their music, and I think the fan bases have been similar enough to where every show has just been pretty killer.
Right.
Sometimes you can just be on the right package. So it seems like a good fit.
Awesome. Yeah, it'd be the first time for me seeing both you guys. Never seen you guys live, so I'm excited. You guys as a band have 2 billion audio streams and more than 300 million YouTube views. What does that tell you about your fans?
What does it tell me about my fans? They like watching videos, I guess, and listening to music.
Right.
That's about it. I wish I could know more about them, but it tells me there's a lot of them.
Right.
They're out there alive and well. When we left our major label, streaming wasn't even invented yet.
Right.
So all of these views have been accumulated independently.
Yeah.
In that time.
Right.
So pretty huge for an independent band to
accomplish,
I think.
Yeah. And streaming's so big right now. More than it was back in the day, like when Napster was around and all that, the streaming services came full force, Apple Music and all that. So it's kind of nice to have. You also have your own following of your own on Twitch. Tell us a little about that. Yeah,
I like to stream. It's something I discovered during quarantine. It's the first time in our career. We've never taken a break or a hiatus or broken up as a band in our 19-year career. So it was the first time we were off the road. We've never been off the road.
Right.
So that was weird for all of us, especially when you do something 18 years straight and then all of a sudden, you're parked, So
oh yeah,
I jumped into streaming to just have something to do, but I wound up really liking it and meeting a lot of really cool people. A couple of them have come out on the tour. We have things called mods, which are moderators, and they help run your channel.
Right.
And 3 of those came out on the tour. So it's been really fun kind of translating from the digital world to the physical world. And we also have a Discord, so if you're listening and you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. You can find me on Twitch, Ron Apparatus.
I think streaming helped mend the gap during COVID and when everybody was on quarantine to keep them, from not going so crazy. Sure. And I know a lot of bands did like the online shows and quarantine covers and stuff like that. And it was really cool that the bands did that for the fans to keep them, hungry for live music, in hopes that it would come back.
Yeah.
And now it's back in full force, thankfully. I know for myself, I'm glad, because I love live music, and I'm sure for yourself as a musician, you're glad too. You guys you said 19 years into your journey as a band, playing more than 125 live shows a year with a work ethic that is so high. How do you continue bring that work ethic every day when you're touring and stuff?
We've been doing it a long time. So, anybody who's 20 years into a career, you would hope they're pretty good at it by then.
Right.
So I will say that we've learned a lot on the way, a lot of ups and downs, but by now we have it pretty fine-tuned to an exact science, and we just treat every show exactly the same, whether it's 1,000 people or 100 people. I think that's the trick.
Right. And even if you play a show that's only 50 people, you still think of it as your something you got to go out and give your all. Right.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. I mean, there's a million factors that can come into play when it comes to attendance. We haven't really had that issue, but in times in our career we have.
Right.
Everything from a major baseball team playing that night to a UFC fight
Right.
at the bar that's free next door. Nobody has to pay money to get in. And it's like, okay, well, why would I pay to see the band when I can go see that for free? There's all kinds of, or another band, same genre, similar stature, playing 3 doors over, but their show was announced a month before yours were as well. I mean, there's all kinds of factors that come into play. So, like I said, you just don't think about it.
Right. You guys are big in the philanthropy causes. Recently donated 5% of your profits from the single Brace Yourself to the first responders charities. Is that something that you guys feel strongly about?
We do all kinds of donations in the past, since the very beginning. Since 2006, we hooked up the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, and we enjoyed that experience. So it's something we've done our whole career, including what you're referencing.
Right.
I don't know. There's just a lot of ways that, mainly what we do now, the last decade has been, instead of raising money for any particular charity, what we do is we'll do a charity show. Because everything's kind of all in-house.
Right.
And you actually meet the people, the board, you kind of find out where the money's going.
Yeah.
So in the last 5 to 6 years, we've mainly done a lot of kind of like Boys and Girls Club type of stuff, and battered women's shelters, as well as we're really big into drug abuse and alcohol recovery. We donate and have done shows in that vein, as well as mental health awareness, which now is such a commonly talked about topic, but when we started, it wasn't. In 2006, it was still very, it was still very looked at as not part as the human body, which obviously the brain is probably the most important organ. So I actually spoke on Capitol Hill with one of the Kennedys about that in 2007. So it's just something we've always done. It's not anything new for us, but I do think that anytime we get an opportunity to work a charity angle in, we do it in Oregon.
Awesome.
So I actually spoke on Capitol Hill with one of the Kennedys about that in 2007. So it's just something we've always done. It's not anything new for us, but I do think that anytime we get an opportunity to work a charity angle in, we do it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think mental health is something that back in the day wasn't something anybody wanted to talk about, and now it's so big and it needs to be discussed, and people that have mental health issues, they need to make sure they're talking to people and get that help they need. So that's a good cause you guys are doing. 22 is still in front of us. What can we expect from the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus in 22? The rest of it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we're just a band, so like we're gonna do what bands do. We're gonna tour, probably shoot a few videos. We're always kind of talking about that. We're going to continue to document the tours that we have. We're going back out soon with Attack, and then we're doing some headliners after that. We got a possible Alaska show, which will be the first time we've ever been there.
Wow.
And then we always do, we do a lot of shows for the troops.
Awesome.
So we're actually doing 4th of July. We'll be playing Pearl Harbor base in Hawaii.
Nice. That's awesome.
So we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's cool. Where can music fans find you, more information about you and where you guys are going and what's going on with you?
The best place to find out anything about us is thebandname.com, the redjumpsuitapparatus.com. Links to all the music, all the tour dates are always up there, but you can also just always check the socials. We have all the usuals.
Gotcha. Ronnie, it's been great talking with you, and thanks for taking some time to talk with from the green room.
Yeah,
and
no problem,
look forward to seeing your set, man.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
That's a good way to get into shows, man.
Because